Hey friends, it's Laura Sirena, and today I wanted to do a first impressions unboxing of the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. This is a guidebook and deck by Rachel True. If the name sounds familiar, it's because she's an actress and she is actually in the movie The Craft, which if you're here watching this video and you're interested in tarot, you've probably seen The Craft. So this is her here. She's an American actress who has appeared in many hit and cult films, including The Craft, Half-Baked, and Nowhere. So she was nominated for an NAACP award for her work on the TV show Half and Half. She's a native New Yorker, an avid bibliophile, and a lifelong tarot practitioner who currently lives in Los Angeles. So this deck I just kind of saw quickly online and didn't know it was actually like in stores. I saw it and was like, oh, that looks interesting. And then I saw it in Barnes & Noble today and totally grabbed it. So the other information here, I like to always mention the artist. So the package was designed by Raphael Gironi, and then the illustrations are done by Stephanie Singleton and is put out by Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. So that is it. It comes in this box. This is definitely not one of my favorite types of packaging just because it's big, it's bulky, it doesn't travel easily or well, in my opinion. So it's something that I don't think I would end up carrying around with me. I would have to find another way to store the cards because it doesn't have like a smaller box inside or anything, as you'll see. So definitely I'm not a fan of the box packaging, but I really like the illustration that's on the front. I like the font. It's very simple. It's a very basic design, and I really like that. So the flap opens here. Sorry, my cat just jumped off the couch if you heard a loud bang. So it opens this way. And inside is the guidebook. I also feel like they don't give you enough room to pick this up in a good way. And then the cards are in here split in half. So this is what the inside of the packaging looks like. This is what the back of the cards look like. And then these you can just lift out and, you know, bring everything else with it. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. So it's a very plain, basic cardboard box once you're inside. There's no inside decorations or anything at all. So I'll just close that up and set this aside. So here's the guidebook. It is one of the bigger ones. It's actually pretty thick. I'm quite impressed. I like that. It comes with a very well thought out guidebook. It is a glossy page, so I don't, if you're picky like me about what pages feel like, I don't really like this style. I don't like this glossy sort of feel, but you know, I'm not gonna not buy something because of it. So the card interpretations look pretty good. It's got a black and white image as well as high vibe and low vibe meanings, so you're upright and you're reversed if you read reversals. And then it gives you some great information here about the card. And then it gives you here, if you pulled low vibes, so then you can read all about what it means if you pulled this card in reverse. And it looks like she uses a lot of really great personal experiences. I really like when authors do that or card creators do that so that you can really connect a real life situation with the card. I think that's wonderful. So this is actually looking to be like it's going to be a really, really nice guidebook. I do like when they do the different high vibe, low vibe, or upright and reverse meanings. I think that that's a really nice addition. And like I said, each card really has a lot written about it. It's about 3 to 4 pages per card. So that's really cool. I really like that. It makes me feel like the creator really took the time with the cards and creating them and explaining what they mean. So I think that that's pretty wonderful. So then inside here we do have, I believe there's some spreads. There's a True Heart Tarot Insight spread that you can do. Right here, there is a relationship snapshot, a 10-card one, so that's pretty cool. I like when they include some really nice spreads in here. This one looks interesting. What is this one? The 11-card Mother Piece spread. So I don't know. Yeah, I think that this one's based on the Mother Piece deck. from what it looks like. So there's a really cool spread. I'm probably going to give a try your traditional Celtic Cross and then your traditional 3-card past, present, future. How to do a 1 card. And then we got some information on how to clarify, use clarifying cards, how to read for others, how to shuffle. I always think these are really nice. So here's some how to read reversals or low vibes, what the core cards mean, the numerical values, the suits individually and what they mean. I think that that's pretty cool. Some numerology meanings, that's awesome. Then the suits are there. Yeah, so I think that this is actually a pretty good guidebook. I think it's really going to be informative. I think I'm definitely going to be using this when I read with these cards to learn them. So far the guidebook is pretty impressive. I like it. It's big, it's thick. Yeah, it's like an actual book. Like you're really getting a good guidebook for the value. So here are the cards. So this is what the back of the cards look like. I could take it or leave it. I'm not too impressed with these. I don't think that they're terrible, but it's really, I'm not obsessed with it either. It's just a red background, and then it's got swords, pentacles, cups, and wands on it. So the cards are, I think they're a standard size. I'm trying to feel them in my hand and see if they feel like a standard size card. Yeah, they feel more, maybe like an oracle card size. I think they're a little bit different than like a Rider-Waite size, but they're pretty good. I'm not going to complain. I think they fit well in my hand. I don't have small hands, but if you have small hands, I think they'll still work because they're not as big as oracle cards can tend to be. So they're pretty decent. They are a little bit flimsy, though. They're not as flimsy as the Everyday Witch Tarot. Like those, I think, are my flimsiest cards, but these are pretty flimsy. I mean, you can just see how easily they bend. So shuffling might be a little difficult with these. We'll have to see how that goes. So I'm not sure how this got out of order here, but I'm going to pop this 4 back where he belongs. There we go. Okay, so let's just take a quick tour of the deck. So this is the Fool. So you can tell it's definitely Rider-Waite-Smith based. Clearly, we have the Fool and the cliff and the dog and the pack and everything. So this is definitely very Rider-Waite-Smith based. This is our Magician, and I really like this version with the planets in the background. I think it's very important for how I interpret the Magician anyways. I really like that it's got the planetary solar system behind it. I think that that's a really cool addition to the Magician card. Still with the red robe, still with the infinity symbol and the wand raised and the hand pointed down. So that's very similar. And then the 4 elements are still there as well. Here's our High Priestess. I really like this card. Wow. Okay, so yeah, I love the crescent moon behind her. I love how it's got like the water and the sky and the sun. I think that's a really interesting addition. And there's still the symbols on the pillars that are by her. There's still the tapestry behind her. I can't tell if those are still pineapples, and I'm not sure. I can't really tell. But I do enjoy this card. I like the stars behind her. It just has like a really mystical quality to this card, which I think is really cool because that's how I interpret the High Priestess. She's just very mystical and magical. So I really like this card. I like the fire up here. Okay, so here is the Empress. She is pretty spot on for what I would imagine an Empress to be. Very fertile, abundant, lush, creative, very beautiful card. I really like the trees up here. I think that's so cool. Are those mushrooms down there? It's so hard to tell. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I think those are mushrooms. So that's something I would definitely look up the meaning of. I can't tell. They almost look like dandelions when you're about to make a wish and blow them away. So I'm not 100% sure. I think they're mushrooms, though, but we'll see what the guidebook says. Okay, so then we have the Emperor. So very beautiful, fiery Aries energy here. Oh, I like this. Huh. This is a pretty cool Emperor card. I like that. Here's our Hierophant. Here is the Lovers. This is a very interesting. I'll have to spend time with this one. This is a very interesting Lovers card, huh? Okay, our Chariot, pretty traditional looking. Very traditional looking Chariot card here. Our Strength card. Now, this isn't one of my favorite Strength cards that I've ever seen, but, you know, it conveys the message of the Strength card for sure. The Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh, this one's interesting. I like that one with the constellations. Justice. The Hanged Man. Death. Ooh, interesting. Temperance. Meh. Again, not one of my favorite Temperance cards. The Devil. Ooh, that was different. The Tower. The Star. Again, not one of my favorites, but conveys the message. The Moon. Oh, I like this one. That's pretty cool looking. The Sun. I do like this card a lot. Very nice. Look at all the eyes on it. Interesting. Judgment. The World. Ooh, I like this card. Ooh, she has got some beautiful energy. Yes, loving this card. Lots and lots. Okay, cool. So now we're going to get into the minor arcana. So this is your Ace of Cups. Again, very traditional, symbolic. Very similar to Rider-Waite. I don't know about how it's done with the background. I could probably do without that. Here's our Two of Cups. Our Three of Cups. Our Four of Cups. Ooh, I like this card. Very interesting. Our Five of Cups. Oh boy. That's a deep card. Holy moly. Wow. Okay, so there's our Five of Cups. Six of Cups. Are we focusing here? Come on. Did we go out of focus? I can't tell. There we go. Nope. Come on. Seven of Cups. There we go. Oops. Eight of Cups. Nine of Cups. 10 of Cups. Okay, so instead of the page here, we've got a Princess of Cups. A Prince instead of a Knight. Our Queen. And our King. Our Ace of Pentacles, which are called discs in this deck. Here's our Two of Discs. Three. I like this card. It's very earthy. I like that. I like how this Three of Discs was done. Four of Discs. Five. This one's very, very interesting. And I am curious about how this is going to read when this comes up in a reading. That's very interesting. And I'll say why. I didn't really say why. I find it interesting because it's almost like this is an eye looking up from like a tunnel, or like somebody who's stuck really in the dark, in the deep, and it's like they're trying to see out. They're trying to see the good. They're trying to see, you know, the better. And so I think that that's really interesting how Rachel True portrayed this card. Okay, so here is the Six of Discs. Seven, this one is interesting. So this character looks like they're pregnant, and down here they're almost like raking some stuff off of a rock. So, and their faces. So this one is going to be an interesting read as well. Like, are these kind of like masks? Is it about like, you know, wearing masks for different situations in our life? Is it trying to be more authentic? So it'll be a really interesting card to read too. Our Eight of Discs. Nine of Discs. It's a very bright, very cheerful card. 10 of Discs. I really like the peacocks. I think that was a great addition here. Interesting that they're kind of like on this floating island with jewels and a home. Very big one. So this is interesting. I've been reading, trying to remember if I can remember what book it was in that I was reading, a slightly different interpretation for the Ten of Pentacles, or the Ten of Discs. So this is really going with the meaning of being like the happy home, the happy life, happily ever after. So I think that you're kind of locked into that meaning in a way with this card. So you know, having the working knowledge, the foundational knowledge of cards is really helpful, especially in this situation. So if you wanted to read this one differently, you could, instead of going based on the imagery here, depending on your intuition and your interpretations. Here's our princess or page of discs, our prince or our knight, our queen, and our king. So then here is our Ace of Wands. We got a beautiful Phoenix. I think that's a pretty cool addition to this card. I do love it. I do love the just fiery elements and energy that this card has. Again, I'm really not loving the background border. I get that they did it because it's wands, but I'm really not loving how they did the backgrounds on the aces at all. So here's our Two of Wands, our Three of Wands, Four of Wands, our Five of Wands. This is interesting. It's kind of like Medusa. I like that. Our Six of Wands. Interesting. The nest is full of random little things here. Interesting. Okay, here's our Seven of Wands, our Eight of Wands, Nine of Wands, 10 of Wands. Is that a fly? That's different. This is a very, very interesting take on the 10 of Wands. Very interesting. Okay, we'll have to see how that goes. Our Princess of Wands. I'm not really a big, huge fan of these court cards either, but they do get the message across. So here's our Prince or our Knight riding the Phoenix. Here's our Queen, our King. And then we're on to the last suit, which is the Swords. So here's our Ace of Swords, Two of Swords. This one I do like. It's kind of cool. Three of Swords. Oh, wow. There's a lot going on in that card. Our Four of Swords, 5, 6, 7. Interesting. There's like little foxes up there. 8, 9, 10 of Swords. Very traditional. Again, snakes for hair. I like that. I like that a lot. I like this card, actually. The Princess of Swords, the Prince of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the King. So that, my friends, is the first impressions walkthrough of the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, gave you a little bit of a sneak peek of what this deck looks like on the outside, the packaging, the guidebook, the cards themselves. So if you did enjoy this first impressions walkthrough of the deck, I would love it if you guys could go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be notified when I upload again. And I will see you guys again very, very soon.